Alrighty, the M36 Jackson, or indeed the Lightning Thief. Get it? You have to have teenage kids to get Percy Jackson, Lightning Thief. Okay, doesn't matter. So, Tier 6 TD, brought it back, trying to ace it, doing a lot of things. Hated the tank, drove it like when I was a noob. I didn't get on with it. I seemed to get on with the Wolverine, but then again that was Tier 5, so at the time that was probably the level I was playing at. So I brought it back. I was expecting it to be, quite frankly, a real, well, turd. That would be a good description. How wrong was I? This thing, and people who know the game better than me will tell me whether it's been buffed or moved around or this and that has happened. At Tier 6, this tank is incredible. I've got to say, what a surprise and what a revisit of a vehicle. So, first thing to note, it's pretty mobile. So, I put a bit of gameplay in this video, it's not just me talking, but basically I wanted to point out in the first game the mobility of the tank. So you can play it lots and lots of ways. You can play it at the front line with the meds. And what I've noticed at Tier 6, there's some Tier 5 tanks going on here by the way, but Tier 6 is that it makes dirty great holes in things if you push it at the front line. Yeah, I mean, people sit up and take notice at Tier 6 when you're smacking them for anywhere between 230 to about 270 alpha. And it cuts through stuff like butter. So you look at the front plate on that VKD there, if I could aim, straight in, no worries at all. You've got to aim a bit at Russian heavies, but fundamentally everything you see Tier 5 or Tier 6, mostly with AP, straight through. Next point to note, it's a turreted TD, so you can complain about the traverse on the turret, but you're thinking about it the wrong way. I mean, it's a TD. You're lucky to have a turret on it, so just make allowance for the fact that the traverse is fairly slow. If you played the T67, I think you're Tier 5, it's very similar. You need to give the crew orders that you want to turn the turret about an hour before you turn it. So you have to compensate for that and traverse round. The second thing I love about a tank, it's got average, it's very American, I mean it's average at everything, is aside from getting out there, it has gun depression. So not only have you got a turret that traverses, you've got gun depression, so you can make some ridiculously good shots if you want a ridge fight, and the turret's pretty damn strong. I mean, it's not impervious, I mean, stuff will go through it, but fundamentally, it's got a good turret, it's American. Notice that I'm following the AFK, which is probably bad behaviour, but I'm chasing an ace in the tank, so I'm going to take that. The heat pen is very, very, very good, as you can see. I mean, yeah, the first one, I hit the Nashorn for 78, but fundamentally, that's an exception, not a rule. So, all in all, you got everything going for you, and I can't believe how I thought this tank was so limited, and I couldn't make it work, and I couldn't do this, and I couldn't do that. It's an incredible little vehicle. And I finished playing the tank. I played about 40 games in it. I think I averaged 62-63% win rate, Unicom stats. I was knocking out, roughly speaking, about 1.8 to 2 something or another damage regularly, no trouble at all. The gun is nasty, it punches very nice holes in people. And here you see the tank in its element. It's got gun depression and it's mobile, so you can pull people into your terrain and deal with them. And how many TDs, you know, in the situation you've just watched, would do that? I can pull them in exactly where I want them to be. I can use terrain, I can use my gun depression, I can use my DPM, which is fantastic, and I can punch big holes in them. And I'm just sat there going, yeah, bring it. Just come on, bring it on. And it kind of develops a theme. So playing games in the tank, I want to show the next one on Rockfield, which is all about pretty much the same thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not OP. You can't play it from the front, you can't YOLO it, and I would recommend that you play the tank as if it's got 400 HP. And the more I play the tank, the more that I realise that the initial trades that I'm making it to clear tanks usually clear roughly half of my hit points, which is pretty damn stupid. I ought to be given this tank and told that I've got 400 HP, not 901 or whatever it is, and then told to play it. And I'm not talking about playing in terms of camping, I'm talking in terms of playing properly. So I've developed a nasty habit when I've been playing it of effectively frontlining it with the meds. So it's the exact reverse of what you should do with a TD. For TD you should probably camp back, farm the damage, and at the end save your hit points, do the business. I've developed this nasty habit of frontlining it, punching dirty grey holes in things, trading damage to get tanks cleared, and then spending the game on about 400 HP. And then that 400 HP seems to last me an entire game, and none more so than in this game. So in this game the whole team's gone kind of right. I mean, they've gone right. I mean, I prefer to play left on this map, everyone's a creature of habit, no worries at all. So the VKD and the ARL are basically making heavy work of this VKH. I don't think the VK is playing bad, the ARL should really be pushing round. There's lots of stuff going on. That's not why I'm showing this game. Why I'm showing this game is actually pretty much about to happen. So I've done 194 damage, and you're saying, well, yep, that's excellent, well done. You could look at it one way and say, well, someone should have cleared that noob by now. But I've actually been sat behind hard cover, having made the inevitably bad trades that I feel the need to make at the beginning of every game. I'm actually wising up, because I know that I'm about 2 shots, or there's an SU-100Y or whatever in the game, I'm a 1 shot. So I'm now going to start to play sensibly. What you can do with this tank is basically also hold a flank as if you're a medium. So I'm going to trade off the SU-100Y. Now, don't get me wrong, I am trying to help him, but I'm also going to trade off him. And you can see the heat pen straight into that biscuit. You can see the red guys push around. They're pretty much up on this flank, but we're going to do the business. So your team are basically one tank up, and you're looking at it and you're going, yeah, oh, this is an unexceptional game. I've done 1.1k, it's not a lot. And you're thinking, yep. I'm thinking, just push around. I'm running the tank with all whistles and bells, so all the spares. I've got full crew skills for TDs. In fact, I've got full crew skills, so that's not an issue. But the tank really will make some really nice shots. The accuracy isn't German, it's American. But nevertheless, it will absolutely get the business done. If you put the gun lane drive and the V-stab in it, it's all good. You don't need to run calibrated shells, there's not much fade. Effectively no problems with damage for distance or pen, so I run it with the rammer, and that works really well. It will out DPM a lot of tanks, even mediums, which is lovely. And if you look at the 88 across the map, I have actually switched up to APCR. But that's just to make sure. I probably could have penned him with AP, but I've realised that guy's actually having a good game, and we're down to a 2-on-2. I would really like the ARL to hold, but he's gone down into the middle, and I'm not being critical. He's a heavy tank. I understand why he's done it. I mean, he has at the least spotted them up. He has also pointed out that I need to hit the Nash horn. I know that. I'm going to go hit the Nash horn. I'm down to 2 rounds of HE. Post this game I've started to pack 8 because it doesn't half punch big holes when you hit it nicely. That's a very low roll, but watch the next one. There you go. I mean, that's lovely for a tier 6 tank. And I can clear them, no worries at all. I've used AP to clear them, but now. It's just me and the 88. The 88's done exactly the right thing. He came down to support an Ashhorn. But I mean, we've all driven, oh, not all driven the 88, but if you've driven the 88, you will know that it is not the most mobile of tanks. It's probably the worst in the AT line. It's got an R2D2 turret and all the rest of it. And it's going to play into exactly the situation that the Jackson can get on with. So if I'm driving an SU-85 or SU-100, a JG, does have very good traverse, a lot of TDs in this situation, it would just be a slugfest. In the Jackson, even when I'm playing it here with bad ping, as by the way, the replay's hopping not because it's hopping, it's because I'm playing with bad ping. I can literally sit here and use the ridge to farm this 88, and yeah, okay, it's a dream if you like, ending up with an 88 at the end of a game. It's not the most mobile of tanks and this, that and the other, but it does have good DPM, and it is quite hard to pen if you don't aim, you don't know what you're doing. I'm just going to use this ridge, roll backwards and forwards to this goal, and we're done. So they have it. I mean, cracking little tank. I mean, there's not many tanks that you can pull that in, especially in a TD. You know, Kolobarnov, stuff like that. It will just do the business for you. If you take it easy, just farm up. So I put this game in, third and final. I think I put a fourth in because I'm in love with the vehicle. But I speeded it up, just show you a game on Temple where I just went up the top and just smacked stuff all game, and you've got living hell raining into the bad guys at between 210 230 alpha, and it just stops stuff if you want to do that. So this the other way you can play a tank. So if you look at the other games I've put on, I've been quite aggressive, very aggressive in a TD with not a lot of armour that people can pen HE and other stuff. But frankly, that's the way I am. When I chase an ace, I want to go up front, I want to spot, I want to just get stuff done, all the rest of it. This game's quite funny. There's a lot of stuff going on in chat. I'm having a laugh at the Black Prince because he's yellow down the middle and he's about to do the team an immensely big service. Should have been supported by the ARL, the other heavy tank in the team. He hasn't been, and as a result he's going to be in a extremely bad place because the Reds have done a massive YOLO. Now just watch the gun on this tank get to work over distance. So this is playing it as a TD, literally as a TD, and the living hell that it can unleash is raining down on the bad guys. The Black Prince is unhappy with me because he thinks that I should have gone down there with my 0 armour tank and supported him. He hasn't bothered to look at the ARL, who is admittedly stock, who's actually behind me in a TD position. But whatever, I mean, I personally like to thank that Black Prince for doing the right thing and allowing me to find a truckload of damage off him. I said that to him afterwards. I said, well, what do you want me to actually do? Would you have preferred me to have gone down there and got wrecked? Anyway, you can just see the efficiency of the tank. This is, you know, I'm not top tier in this game. I'm just going to sit here, and this is what it will do this for you. If this is what you want to do, he said, just missing a shot. I don't think it's the first one I missed, but if this is what you want the tank to do, it will do it for you in spades. I mean, you need a good team, you need a lot of things going on, you need a camping map, blah blah blah. You know, it's not going to do this on Himmelsdorf, is it? So let's bloody face it. Play the tank appropriate to the team and the map, and you will be just fine with it. I'm just sat here. What have I done? 2.6? Yeah, I'm aiming for tracks now because I want the assistance damage because I'm chasing an ace. 2.8, yeah, okay, someone else cleared him, whatever, and then we've got a smasher and this, that and the other. So you can absolutely play a tank like that. I don't think anyone shot me or spotted me for the entire game, and I just say at the end, report me, because the Black Prince was getting proper salty because, I don't know, I'm a coward and a noob and bloody this, that and the other. You'll notice they've got the Sniper Tanker badge of shame in that. So there you go. Very nice indeed. Liking it, doing the business in it. And then I just did a speeded up game on Temple just to redress the balance really quickly. And effectively that's just to show that you don't have to camp. You can do most things in this tank. So watch this. So I looked at the team on Temple. I've basically gone, yep, we got a Tiger Pete, rock hard. We got 2 ARLs, also rock hard. We got a Slippy fire button, yep, excellent. And this is a medium or a light position. And look, I've just driven my TD up here, and I can do it because it's got DPM, OVS, it's got excellent pen, yes, it's got a turret, absolutely, it's got reasonable traverse, yes, it can actually take shots in the turret and bounce them, and it has the mobility and speed to get to this exact position. And look at what it will do. Look at the crap coming down into the red team. Well, I'm just sat here clearing shit. I mean, it's bonkers. And this tank is tech tree. It's not, you have to buy a premium tank, don't spend your money on wargaming, you don't need to do that. It's actually just a tech tree tank, and it will literally rip the shit into things like this. All over. 2.8k, bang. Love it. Buy it. Bye.